AOPA stands for Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association and has been around since 1939. It, along with several 3- and 4-letter organizations, help represent the body of general aviation pilots. The masses speak in volume to uniformly help protect the glorious freedom that we have in general aviation. One of the programs that AOPA has is the Rusty Pilot Program. The program is excellent about getting pilots who have gone on a hiatus back into the pilot seat and doing so in a safe and an efficient manner. Pat Brown is the AOPA Texas You Can Fly ambassador for the Rusty Pilot Program. He hosts the Rusty Pilot workshops throughout the great state of Texas, and like me, he has a passion for promoting general aviation safety and education. He also recently became a designated pilot examiner, and he is one of my mentors, and about a year or so he got his seaplane rating. To lead by example, he reached out to me a while back to come to Burnett and brush off the rust in the floatplane. After a morning of knocking off the rust, we ran into Trace randomly on Inks Lake, Texas, decided to moor off and go get some lunch. After lunch, we decided to swap seats right along with us as we focus on his backseat proficiency.
Quick run up here. Okay. All right, I got the brakes. All right, yeah, you got the brakes. Yeah. I'm ready whenever you are. Okay. We got the altimeter set to water elevation. All right, so I'm going to run it up just a little bit here. Okay. There you go, just a quick mag check. All right. All right, we're good. Okay. Excellent. All right, once again, we don't seem to have much wind. No, we don't. Good thing is we got a long way to go behind us. Yeah. We'll take a little bit more, room here. Okay, a couple of notches of flaps if you don't mind. Yes, sir. 1 and 2. Okay, coming around to the left. Okay. I see us clear left. Clear left. I'm going to head a little bit towards that boat over there and then curve around to the left. All right, that sounds like a great idea. All right, ready to go? Let's do it. All right, here. Oh, let's get the door closed. I did that same thing. Yeah. Actually, I did it because I actually added power with Ken. Oh. And he laughed. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let me get the water rudders up. Okay. Here we go. Water rudders are up. All right. Carb heat cold. Mags are on both. Carb heat's cold. Make sure Rich 2 notches of flat water rudder. Landing gears up. Okay. All right, there's the second rise. Ease that stick forward a little bit. Ease it coming. Come on. I can't see anything, so I'm clearing you. You're doing good. Okay, let me get that. All right, you got a little bit of, there we go. You're doing great, Pat. All right. Come around the left just a little bit. Can you see a little better now? Yep, I can see way better now. Okay, so we got some trout lines right off the nose. We need to come to the left just a little bit. To the left, okay. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's perfect. There you go. That's Trace right there, by the way. There's what? That's Trace in the boat. Ah. All right. Off we go. Look at that. Beautiful, Pat. That's nice. That's fun. It's awesome. Okay. Give them a little wing waggle there. There you go. I love it. Yeah, I do too. Good job. Thank you. All right, wherever you want to go now. All right, well, not towards those towers, that's for sure. That's a good... Because I can't see too well here, so let me just get us over the water a bit. As long as we're over the water, we're going to be good for a little while. All right, let's go ahead and pull up those flaps. All right, so we got a positive rate of climb. We're going to go to flaps 1. Man, it's a noticeable drop. Can you imagine if we did that in ground effect on takeoff? Oh, no. Fully loaded on a hot day? That would not be good. You can go ahead and take off the last notch if you like. Okay, we're going to flap 0. We are cleaned up for cruise. All right. We got the wires over here. We're starting to get a little close to land. There you go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make a U-turn here. All right. It's beautiful out here, man. Isn't it, though? I'm looking forward to flying in the fall when it's a little cooler. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's just lovely countryside, though. I love it over here.
Oh, me too. I think, like I said, I think the hill country of Texas is a true hidden gem.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about that. All right, we'll get back over the water here. And maybe head over towards LBJ.
Yeah, let's do that.
Couple of splash and goes, maybe.
Yeah. Man, if I could have grown up in a place like this.
Yeah, but you're here now. That's what
you know. And here's the other thing: I would trade my upbringing for anything in the world because I wouldn't be where I'm at today with people in my life, the family that I have.
That's right.
So everything happens for a reason.
Yes, it does.
All right, that's 2,000 feet.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and throttle back then after we pitch over. Nice cruise setting here.
I'm going to bring you back about an inch on the mixture.
Okay.
And if you're all right with your concurrence, I'm just going to leave the landing light on to aid in collision avoidance. It's an LED.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Cool. But your coordination is right on the money.
It feels okay.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes to tell because it takes so much rudder pressure.
Right.
Yet I can't see any of the towers that are out there, Jeremy, so...
Your altitude, the altitude that we're at right now will keep us well above any towers out there. I think there's one out here that's at 1,500 feet MSL.
Okay.
But the rest of them are less than that, so you're good right now.
Okay, and we're climbing just a little bit.
There's two over there on that hilltop, but we're well above them.
Okay.
I think they're at 1,350 or some change.
All right.
So there's the Lanorado right there. That's where the Colorado and the Llano River meet.
Okay.
And you'll see down there that stretch of wide water right there with the three boats,
right,
and the bridge.
Right.
Lane and I landed on that the other day and went parked right next to the bridge and ate lunch.
Sweet. You pack a lunch, or is there someplace to dock there?
It's called the Boat Burger
Uh-huh.
in Kingsland. Really nice place. It's a dock there. The only problem about that place, though, is you've got these pegs that stand out pretty high on the dock.
Right.
And you can hit the wing on it, the struts of the wing on it very easily if you're not cautious.
Ah, okay. Now this has done a world of good today just to get back and kind of knock the nerves down just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just definitely a good deal, you know.
Yeah, especially getting some backseat time. It's a big confidence builder. If we're ever able to pull a float plane operation together over in the Houston area,
yeah.
Of course, again, but probably be a 180 or something like that, so side by side, but still, just having a chance to get back into a little bit.
And that looks like that would be a really cool cove to taxi back into,
Yeah.
and bring a fishing cane and hang out and try to catch a bass.
Yeah. Okay, starting to kind of let the airplane down a little bit to our traffic pattern altitude.
Okay.
Do a little bit of recon here and see where we can line up to land here.
Well, that windsock back there behind us was favoring that direction, which I tend to agree with because that's the way the winds have been lately.
Okay.
But
I'm just looking for some flags or something.
We got a little bit of steam or smoke coming off that plant over there.
All right, I can barely see it as far as what direction it's going.
It's hard to tell because it's probably either coming straight at us or going away from us. So
let's just fly over by it, see what we can see.
All right.
Because I'm kind of leaning on landing in the direction that boat's coming right over there towards us.
Yes, sir.
Turning around and doing a 180 and landing that way.
Oh, and the pattern altitude for this particular lake is 1,300 because it's 800 feet MSL.
Okay.
It's a little bit lower. You got a flag down there. It's hard to say what it's doing because of all the mechanical turbulence in the buildings.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Yeah, but let's look at the smoke over here.
Horseshoe Bay. Floatplane 3 Charlie Golf is operating at 1,500 and below on Lake LBJ, Horseshoe Bay area traffic.
Okay, so you watch over there at Horseshoe Bay. I'm going to take a look at the surface here.
Okay.
See what we can come up with.
All right.
but I'd say that there's hardly any wind down
I
there.
would concur.
I don't see any flags.
There's some flags down there. It's pretty much jiving with the wind direction. See those flags right there with the longhorn?
I do.
Yep.
It's just hard to tell. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, all right, well, that's telling me that the wind is coming off of our right wing a little bit.
Yep. I would agree.
All right, so we need to turn around and land this direction.
Yeah. The helicopter on floats.
Yep, R22 or 44, I can't tell.
All right, let's keep him in sight.
Yeah. All right, we're okay altitude-wise, and... All right, so I think we're going to turn around. This will be our downwind.
Okay. Where the helicopter? Okay, I got him.
Okay, good. All right, let's go ahead and add in a notch of flaps, please.
Okay, let's get the power back, get the airspeed in the white arc first. There we go. Lead off a little bit of airspeed. And then 1 notch of flaps coming in now.
Okay. And turn in base. If you could lean to the left just a smidge so that I can see, or to the right, I'm sorry, so I can see the other way.
Okay, I've got the helicopter in sight.
Got him, okay.
All right, we're at your 3 o'clock. We're going to turn base final. We're going opposite your direction.
Yeah, we got you in sight. We're going to maintain visual.
Second notch of flaps.
Carb heat's cold. We got 4 blue. We got the handle up. All right, a little bit more pitch, a little bit more pitch, a little bit more out, a little bit flat there.
Yep.
There we go.
Butter.
Thank you.
Okay, if you got visual in front of us?
We're good.
Okay.
There we go. And we're up and away. So your pitch attitude, you are absolutely correct in your diagnosis. I think you are landing a little bit on the flatter side.
Yeah. But I can't get a good feel for what the pitch ought to be.
Right.
Let's go ahead and bring the flaps up, please.
Okay, we're going to bring up flaps 1.
Yep, flaps 1. Just leave it like that for a little bit. And part of the reason is because I think that was a lot of glassy water back there.
Yeah.
So I think what I'd like to do is come back around here and kind of land more like where we are here.
Okay.
Where there's a little more texture.
All right. Are you ready for flap 0?
Yeah, flap 0. Please.
Okay. All right. We're cleaned up.
All right, good. The wheels are up.
Okay, I concur.
Wheels are up.
Okay.
All right, 1 notch of flaps, please.
All right, carb heat comes on momentarily, 1 notch of flaps.
All right.
And we're on a right base. You're in our blind spot now.
We got you inside. We're going to hover here and get a couple more.
Thanks.
How are we doing there on boats?
We're doing good on boats as long as we land that way. There's a few out there in the middle. We need to hold this heading right here.
That's where I'm going, right
Yep.
here. We're a little fast. I'm
Okay.
slowing down.
You want second flaps?
Second flaps, yes.
Okay. Carb heat's cold.
Okay.
We're good for landing now. Just start a little bit more back pressure. A little bit more back pressure. There we go. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit. There we go. Hold what you got. This is perfect, perfect. There we go.
All right, that's
a solid landing right there.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Awesome. And we're up.
And we're up.
We are behind you.
Roger.
That's too cool. All right, flaps 1, please.
All right, flaps 1 selected.
And flap 0.
Okay, flap 0. All right, what do you want to do now, my friend?
All right, let's not push our luck on gas. How about that?
I agree. Well, this has been a blast.
After some takeoff and landings in both seats and knocking off the rust, we headed back to Burnett and called it a day. On the topic of brushing off the rust, join me next week as I do the same as I get back into the pilot seat of the gyroplane again after not flying for over a year. Until next episode, fly safe, keep learning, and never give up on a dream. So long.